Peppermint is an action film directed by Pierre Morel. Pierre Morel has directed many of my favorite action films, mainly From Paris with Love, Taken, and District B13. However, I was not the biggest fan of The Gunman. So this movie, I didn't really want to watch it because it looked cheesy as hell. However, the library had it, and I was just in the mood for an action flick. This movie doesn't even deliver in that capacity. Jennifer Garner plays Riley North. She is an average housewife with a husband and daughter. They're dealing with a bullying event, and basically her daughter gets stood up by all the kids on her birthday. So she takes her out to a winter carnival to get some ice cream and, you know, cheer her up. However, a drug lord orders a hit on her husband because he was thinking of robbing him, which is probably honestly, it's probably the weakest, flimsiest excuse. They wanted to have its cake and eat it too by having the husband be like a good guy, but be like tenuously connected to the cartel. So the cartel gunned down all of them. She survives. She's able to testify against them because of a cop who wants to like push her to, you know, testify. However, before she's able to do that, a lawyer shows up at her house and tries to bribe her. And then when she refuses, she goes to court. The lawyer rips her apart anyway. And her justice is not achieved because the gangbangers walk away. And maybe the judge is even, you know, on the take. So 5 years later, Riley North appears again. She has trained her body and her mind to become a fierce weapon. When this script was being shopped around, it was being described as a female John Wick. However, this movie is not even close to the technical level, at least, of that film. Not even the thematic. I mean, Jennifer Garner does perform well, but this movie only has like 2 noticeable action sequences. They should have at least 5. And a lot of the action sequences are very flimsy. She basically runs in with an assault rifle, shoots at people, they fall down, she cuts through them like butter. Rinse, wash, repeat. I tried to throw in this weird social media aspect, but it just seems really awkward because whenever the police detectives are talking and saying like, oh, social media, they sound like old fogies. As for the direction, yeah, it's not very memorable. It's really long, I guess. There's some twists that don't even make sense. There's like some dirty cops and you're trying to figure out who it is, and then it doesn't make sense when they reveal who it is. And the ending's pretty weak. And yeah, so this movie was definitely a misfire for me. Even if you want to just turn your brain off and watch, you know, one person shoot other people, it's just a very generic action movie that doesn't have anything memorable. In fact, the only memorable scene that I like, that has like a personal touch, is when she's sitting on a bus talking to a kid, and the kid mentions that his dad's a drinker. So she walks into the freaking liquor store, puts a gun in his mouth and says, if you're not a good father, I will kill you. And then she threatens the shopkeeper too. That scene's just absolutely ludicrous, but at least it, like, you know, it has a thematic weight to it. The rest of the movie has nothing to, you could like replace her with anyone and it would just seem like a really shitty direct-to-video action thriller, you know, where like someone walks in, shoots at people, henchmen fall down like flies, the end. There's no like personal trademarks to it. Like, this movie is described as a female John Wick. However, John Wick the movie is more than just John Wick. You know, they go over like his backstory, his resilience, the weird coin system, you know, the guild, like the hotel. There's like all these like world building. There's no world building in Peppermint. She takes down some awkward cartel villains. Like, his name is Diego Garcia, you know, he's got like no like talented super hitmen or anything to give her some trouble. It's just her shooting down shitty gangbangers a little bit and then the end. So Peppermint is a wasted opportunity. It's not a good script. I give it a 2 out of 10.